We have 20 laps of action here in Monaco, and it's lights out, and away we go. Jack and Dom get away well. You can see Levi cut across to cover Dom, and you can see Gerald Chris making contact in the midfield. You can see Lugner going down positions, and you can see Sizzling H going up into 5th. Sirius goes up into 8th. But it's Levi who's first, Dom's in 2nd, Jack the Alpine driver's in 3rd, followed by Evan in 4th, Sizzling H in 5th, Gerald Crisp in 6th. Relic on his LGN debut drops down the order now. He was in 7th, he's dropped down to 13th, now into 14th as all the cars come round and enter sector 2. Jack then has Evan behind him. The Red Bull drivers will get the onboard. 0.2 seconds separate the two drivers here on lap 1. Evan trying to make an early move on Jack. He finds himself in P4, but he's got Jack just ahead of him. As they come round the corner, you can see Dom and Levi up in the distance, and you can see the two Alfa Romeo drivers in P5 and P6 as Levi gets the fastest up of the race, a 1:17.1 on the medium compound of tyre. As you can see, Sirius then might have a serious problem because he's got no wings, and Harry Sanchez, the Red Bull driver, is just behind him here on lap 2. Sirius is going to have to pit, surely. He's going to be losing time to the drivers out in front. He's got Lugner ahead of him, but he's got Harry Sanchez just behind him, and that's going to be a real issue for the Aston Martin driver on his LGN debut. Evan then hunting down Jack here on lap 3, trying to get up into the podium positions. The two Alfa Romeo drivers, Sizzling H and Gerald Crisp, and it is as you can see, they make contact, the two teammates. AJP is also retired at the same time. Lugner's also retired, he's gone straight into the back of the Alfa Romeo drivers, and that's going to cause a safety car here on lap 3 with the two Alfa Romeo drivers causing an incident. Levi then, the leader of this race, going into the pits. As you can see, Sizzling H has retired from this race. So that's 4 drivers here already retiring here on lap 4. Jack then goes into the pits, which means Levi now reclaims the lead of this race with Evan into 2nd and Dom into 3rd, with Gerald Crisp finding himself in 4th and Jack coming out of the pits, putting himself into 5th. So the safety car is going in, however Dom goes into the pits, which means Gerald Crisp goes up into 3rd as we're back underway here on lap 6. Levi has the lead of this race, Evans just behind him in 2nd. Gerald Crisp's in 3rd, Jack is in 4th, Sirius is in 5th, and Relic is in 6th, with Active Buffalo going up into 7th. Levi, Evan and Gerald Crisp, the favourites here. As they come around the corner, Gerald Crisp making contact with Evan just ever so slightly. You can see Jack and Sirius catching them. But it's Levi who leads the drivers down through the tunnel as a train of cars come down to sector 2. Can Evan stay with Levi? That's the question. Evan then, who started today's race in P7, still finds himself in 2nd place, 0.7 seconds off the leader of Levi. As you can see, Gerald Crisp, who started in 3rd, finds himself in 3rd, and he's got Evan just ahead of him. 0.9 seconds separate the two drivers here on lap 7 as they come down to sector 3. On board then with Gerald Crisp here on lap 10. Finds himself extremely close to the Red Bull driver of Evan. They almost make contact, the two drivers. Gerald Crisp might think about setting it down the inside. Evan holds the outside line. Gerald Crisp so close to the Red Bull driver as they come round to the start of sector 2. And you can see Gerald Crisp going on the inside as they enter the tunnel. Gerald Crisp has got the move done on Evan. Evan goes down into 3rd, and Gerald Crisp finds the position of P2. And next up is Levi. Levi, however, is 3 seconds ahead of them. Sirius then, here on lap 11, finds himself 0.5 seconds behind Jack, the Alpine driver. The Aston Martin driver then, on his LGN debut, finds himself in P5. Now that's a good first impression here in the LGN League. Can he get away and get up into P4? We'll soon find out as he continues to follow the Alpine driver of Jack. On the hard compound of tyres, is in first place and has a 3.5 second lead on GRL Crisp. If he wins here today, he'll beat his own personal record of winning 7 LGN League races here in Season 3. Blazer then finds himself in P9 behind his teammate of Tony JD, as Tony JD goes into the pits here on lap 13. Blazer goes up into 8th. Sirius then coming around this corner and going slowly one, almost makes contact with the board. And now Jack's going to gain on him. Jack on the soft compound of tyre as they start to go down the tunnel. Sirius then gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Jack is effectively in 5th. And Sirius has had an incident and Jack has got past. Sirius dropping down into P6 here on lap 17. And you can see Dom now finds himself gaining on the Aston Martin driver. Dom also has the same amount of time penalties as Sirius. Levi and GRL Crisp both cross the line at the same time, and Levi gets his 7th win here this season. GRL Crisp finishes in 2nd, and Evan finishes in 3rd. Relic then finishes in 4th, Sirius in 5th, Blazer comes home in 6th, Dom in 7th, Tony JD in 8th, and Jack in 9th, and Active Buffalo in 10th. Sizzling H in 11th, Harry Sanchez in 12th, Lugner in 13th, and AJP in P14. Levi wins the LGN Monaco Grand Prix and gets his 7th win this season. GRL Crisp, after crossing the line with Levi, comes home in 2nd, and Evan finishes in 3rd. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like the video as the drivers celebrate their Monaco podium. But before we say goodbye, let's have a look at the drivers and constructors league tables so far. Here are the drivers league standings after today's race here in Monaco. Levi extends his lead and puts himself on 159 points. Evans in 2nd, GRL Crisps in 3rd, AJP is in 4th, Ollie's in 5th, Dom is in 6th, Harry Sanchez in 7th, Sizzling H in 8th, Lugner in 9th, LJ is in 10th, Tony JD is in 11th, Blazer goes up into 12th, JC goes down into 13th, Relic goes up into 14th, and Sirius is in 15th, with Agile in 16th, Jack in 17th, Active Buffalo in 18th, and Entire YOLO in 19th. Here's how the Constructors League standing looks after today's race. Alpine stay first on 164 points, Red Bull are in 2nd, Alfa Romeo are in 3rd, McLaren are in 4th, Mercedes are in 5th, Williams in 6th, AlphaTauri are in 7th, Haas go up into 8th, Ferrari go down into 9th, and Aston Martin are in 10th.